I have some expenses regarding fuel, okay, and I had the opportunity to call up my fuel provider last Thursday when I found out I was going to be here, and I'll just give you a couple of numbers. Use a fair amount of off-road diesel. Off-road diesels come down in price surprisingly in the election year. Right now, 2024, I can buy off-road diesel for $2.95 a gallon. Okay, in 2020, $1.86. Regular diesel, I use for my truck. It has a road tax and stuff on it. It's around $4.50 a gallon now. Back in 2020, it was around $2.80. Non-ethanol gasoline, ethanol gasoline. As much as we want to have ethanol, it's not good for small equipment, chainsaws, and all the small equipment. It eats up the carburetors. It's really not a good thing to have in small equipment. And so I use non-ethanol gas. Right now, it's $4 a gallon. 2020, it was around $3.15, so it's gone up. Propane I use to heat with, it stayed about the same. It was $1.97 a gallon in 2024, and in 2020 it's $1.65. But the other thing, I lime my fields, because the pH, is low. You got to have a certain pH to grow good grass, just like the golf course. You understand that part. Anyways, just recently I had an arrangement to have some delivered and spread. It was $45 or $50 a ton. They call me up. Well, there's been a price increase. It's $70 a ton now, just out of the clear blue. It increased my expense. Fertilizer was $600 a ton. I'm paying $1,000 a ton for fertilizer now. I mean, it's just costs are out of control.
Terrible.
I'm sure that when you get elected, that my line would be, help us make American agriculture great again.
Well,
thank you, Mr. President.
We'll take care of it. We'll take care of it. It's not very difficult to do. We're just being ripped off by other countries, and not only China, by the way, but we're being ripped off at levels that nobody's ever seen before. And this administration has allowed it to happen because you were making probably the best you've ever done 4 years ago, 5 years ago. You were doing better. All farmers they were doing better than they ever did. And now they're doing very better. I mean, I hear more complaints from farmers than almost anybody, and that's the backbone of this country. So they'll be very happy for a long time to come, okay?
Can I add one more thing and say to you that we've seen the decline of the mom and pop stores. And what you're hearing is that we're seeing the decline of the American family farm. That's America. So, I mean, anybody that's not paying attention to what's going on needs to wake up and get out and vote. And we know who they got to vote for. You, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. I love your hat, too, by the way. I noticed it right away. Thank you very much. We'll take care of them. Your grandchildren will be farmers. And they'll be maybe doing better than you do. Okay? Thank you very much.
What about our capital gains tax? Are we going to keep that down?
Well, that's the worst. I mean, they have unrealized capital gain. How about that?
Yeah, how about that?
Unrealized. So they want to give you a capital gain if the value of your land goes up. Nobody's ever heard of it before. It's a communist thing, It's a communist thing. It's unrealized capital gain. You'll have every business person, every company leaving this country. It's called an unrealized capital gain. And it's a concept that's been talked about for years. I don't know if any country has even done it, but she wants to do it here. And, come to think of it, now that I'm with farmers, it'll affect farmers probably worse than anybody.
We have all the minerals under us, which we own, and they're going to put a value on those. And even though we haven't taken
them, who's going to make a lot of money? Appraisers, lawyers, and accountants.
Well, I have two accountants. Two of my sons are accountants.
They'll be very happy.